Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Brain Foods, the educational cooking show where we feed not only your body, but also your mind. And today I'm going to be making something that's not science, not math, not history related, but is sort of all three, because I'm going to be making some books. Some math books, some science books, and some history books. But you may think, well, you cook food. It's called Brain Foods. Why are you making books? Well, that's because I'm making books out of sandwiches. I'm making some sandwich books. That's what we're making today, so let's get started on it. The things you'll need for your sandwich books are a pack of flatbread. Now, this is not tortilla shells. This is not regular bread. This is flatbread. And you can usually find it over there by the tortillas and stuff. I was actually able to find some that is square. Now, a lot of times they come in the shape in round shape. So if you can only find the round kind, just cut off the ends to make it more square, and you can work with that. But I was actually able to find some square kind. So you need some flatbread. This comes in a pack of 5, but we're only going to use 3 today because we're going to make 3 different sandwiches. You're also going to need a variety of sandwich fillings. Now, you can make whatever sandwiches you want. Be creative, make whatever you want. I'm making 3 different types of sandwiches today, and so I'm going to show you what I use to make those sandwiches. Now, what I'm going to make is an Italian salami sandwich, so I've got some salami, a Black Forest ham and Swiss, so I've got some Black Forest and some Swiss cheese. I'm also going to make a turkey club, so I've got some sliced turkey here, some provolone that we're going to use for both the turkey club and the salami sandwich. I've got some tomatoes, which I'm going to put on all 3 of the sandwiches. I've got lettuce. This is butter lettuce. The reason why I'm using butter lettuce, which they usually use for lettuce wraps, the reason I'm using that is because it lays flat and it actually works a lot better, and also because the area that I live, butter lettuce is grown close by, so it's actually fresher than some of the iceberg or romaine lettuce that I can get at the store. So that's why I'm using that. But you can use whatever kind of lettuce that you want. Just make sure that it'll lay flat, kind of like the pages of a book, because this is all going to be pages for our book sandwiches. I've also got some banana peppers that I'm going to use for my Italian salami sandwich, and some avocado, which I'm going to use for my turkey club. I've also got some Dijon mustard, I've got some mayonnaise, and I've got some pesto, which I'm going to use for my Italian sandwich. So that's what I got the pesto for. Again, use whatever you want, whatever toppings, whatever condiments you want. You want some kind of condiment on it because this is what's going to hold your book together once you close the covers. If you like ranch, if you like spicy mayo, or maybe light mayo, or whatever kind that you like, use that. Make sure to get creative, make these sandwiches however you want. I'm just going to show you how I like to make my sandwiches. The last thing you'll also need, which I almost forgot, is some edible markers. Now, these aren't your regular markers. These are edible. So you can actually find these at most stores, especially the craft store. You can find them. They're edible markers. They're just made with food coloring instead of ink. That way you can eat it and it'll actually be good. So we're going to use that because we're going to write on our books. So now that you've seen everything you need, let's get started. The first step you want to do in making your book sandwiches is to take your flatbread, and we're going to go ahead and write the title of the book onto here. So now I've got my 3 flatbreads sitting here. I'm just going to take one at a time. I'm going to take it just like this, and I want to kind of find my center. So that's about where it would be. And I'm going to take this piece of paper that I have, and I'm going to use that to make sure that my writing is straight. And I'm going to use my red marker, and I'm going to make this a science book. Now with these pens, you can write whatever title of any book that you want, your favorite book that you've read, or whatever you want, you can write onto this. I'm just going to make these like textbooks for school, so that's what I'm going to do here, but you can make it whatever book you want. So let's start with science. And if you can see that, it says science. So now I'm going to unfold this. And it's okay that I have a little crease here, because I'm going to use that to mark where my stuffings, my fillings is going to be. So that's what that's for. So there's one. So I've got math, science, and history. And you can do English, you can do homework, you can do whatever you want. So now it's time to assemble our sandwiches. So for my history book, I'm going to make that one the Italian salami sandwich. So let me just open it up. Now it's time to close the book, and I'm going to take my other flatbreads off of there. Now I'm going to close this book and I'm going to move it onto my tray. So let's see if this closes all the way down. Close nice and flat. I'm going to take and set it right there onto my tray. Let's move on to our next one, which is math. Alright, here is what the book sandwiches look like. They look delicious and they're really easy. You just make some sandwiches exactly how you like to make them. If you like turkey, if you like ham, if you like whatever you like, you can make these however you want. The hardest part about it is just writing the titles onto the books. And like I said, you can put whatever title you want onto these books. And here are the sandwiches that we made today. They look so delicious and good. They look just like little sandwiches. You can pack these for lunch, for going to school. They can look just like your little school textbooks or whatever you want. You can draw and write whatever you want on the covers. And I'm going to take a bite out of one. So let's see. Which one do I want to eat? I think I'm going to try history. Let me get it out from here. I'm going to take a bite out of history. These sandwich books are so delicious and they're so easy to make. Like I said before, the only thing that's really difficult to do is write the titles onto the flatbread. And that's just because of the brand of pens I bought. Some brands are easier to use than others. But I hope you guys enjoy making these as much as I did. And if you do make them, make sure to send those pictures to me. I would really love to see them. And if you send me those pictures, I will put them in my outro screen so that when my video ends, you'll be able to see your pictures and everyone who watches my videos will be able to see them. As always, I've put the links to my social media down in the description below. Be sure to follow me. Be sure to hit that big red subscribe button. And while you're down there hitting the subscribe and the like button, make sure to comment on this video. Let me know what your favorite book is, because I want to know. My favorite book, I think, is either 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea or Time Machine. I love those classic books. And I love sci-fi. So classic sci-fi, anything classic sci-fi I love. Let me know what your favorite book is. Be sure to hit the like button and hit that big red subscribe button. And then I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.